Yo, what is good, high TF mob? We are back. We are back. I just wanted to come back to I just wanted to drop this video to kind of do a little midweek check-in and just show you guys how the charts have been playing out so far for the week. And just kind of just show you what I've been what trades I've been dealing with and how I've been approaching them. So again, this is still the same markups from the videos earlier. I haven't touched any of my lines. Nothing changed. The only thing that changed is price movement. So as we can see, we remember AU starting off looking like it was going bearish. And as I said, this next week, we're probably going to see that fake move to try to continue. And then sure enough, they gave us the buy for the retracement. So this is telling us one of two things. Um, if we go back up on the monthly, it means our monthly candle wanted to start by moving up against the previous month's bearish movement. And it is also telling me that for the week, we could be looking for this week going into next week, we could still be looking for more buys. But ultimately, this is either a retracement or will be a full bullish engulfing depending on how this next month closes. So if this next month we just get all bullish movement all the way up to the highs, this just means if it closes out, we'll be looking for buys moving into the future months coming. And now if I go back down, this was the setup I actually ended up taking last night. It did stop me out when I bought initially. I believe I bought around the same zone you're actually looking at, but price went in favor and then stopped me out in the morning. In the morning, I was like, okay, if price is coming back up to trail, I know this is going to complete the movement to the upside and probably come test our swing high, which is exactly what happened. So now I've been sitting on this trade for about half a day, right? 12 hours, probably going on 13, 14. And I mainly held this one because again, my daily was lining up, my weekly was lining up. Again, daily was very oversold. Right here on our weekly or on a 4 hour, we saw the break of structure. So price was selling down. There was a break of structure here where price did not break the previous low, respected our swing low, and started buying up. Once this initial buy impulse happened, I started to look at this as a consolidation zone that would play into the daily candle as I was looking at here. Because again, this daily candle open, it went down, came back up, and then as we saw it close above our daily open that we marked at the beginning of the week. So that was that play. It was a nice 3-to-1 setup. I actually closed out $300 on my test on that account or on that trade. And it wasn't bad. I'm still actually going to keep looking for more buys, but I'm going to give it time to set up again. Because your timing is your entry. So letting the candles kind of roll and do their thing. We know the next candle for the 4 hours is going to open at 4 o'clock. So it'll probably retrace again. And then it will probably show us something down on that 1 hour that will be kind of lining up with our flip zone here. Because now we had the swing high that was broken right here. So we'll probably get some behavior around here in a reaction, and I'll probably look to continue taking that up. So now, again, the same thing with AJ. I had my lines marked up. I didn't touch anything. And we'll just start from top down so you guys can see still the same lines from what I marked up. Monthly, again, as I said, it's always based upon what these big candles want to do. And this is why we are high TF mob. We dissect the big candles and then we move with the flow of the institutions. So right here, I'm going down to the weekly. As you can see, price opened this week down here. It fooled everybody, making us think it was going to complete that sell down to the TP1. Then they rejected and brought it back up. And the only reason why I was so patient on this as far as the sells, I did get stopped out a couple of times. I'm not going to say I didn't, but I was okay with waiting because I knew this was the candle that we were opening with on the daily, starting the week off. And when it bounced up like this, it kind of broke its structure. It had an internal break of structure here. So that's kind of like my giveaway to know that it just wasn't ready to sell yet, and that I would be looking for a sell either at this wick or maybe at our TP2 zone to go back down into the trend. And if it doesn't do either, then I know the reason why this is happening again is our high time frames. Our weekly maybe just trying to keep going up. So in the meantime, right now, I don't. Let me see. Let's go back to the monthly real quick. Yeah, so in the meantime, yeah, I do see price can definitely hike up to these highs and come grab some money up here. And as we all know, UJ has recently done that. And actually on UJ, when I marked these 3 take profits that were above what I thought was all-time high, funny enough, price actually was higher. So it's just not showing up. I think it's just lagging or something, but yeah, price is actually higher on this left side. So there's a high possibility we're going to get into those take profit zones. But right now, we're just, again, we try to stay focal and we try to find those small moves. So what I did with AJ was knowing that that buy was coming up, I dropped down to my 4-hour and the structure aligned. So um, here again, the bread and butter is timing your 4 hours. So around here, I saw price on the 4-hour trailing up. And I was like, okay, I want to get in on one of these candles while it's trailing up to be able to execute the buy with the flow of the 4-hour moving up. And again, institutions can't wipe themselves out. And this is why you have these wicks. So again, price open, it goes down first, goes up, then closes right here, opens, goes down. They respected their trend, goes up, closes right here, opens here, goes down, goes up, then closes here. So at a point I knew we're coming to test this. So in my mind, again, I dropped down to the hourly within this candle here. And this is where I start finding my entry. So it was actually about right in here in this 4-hour candle that I found that I started looking, and I was up pretty early to see this setup. I was up at like 4, no, not even like 5. I want to say like 5:30 going into 6 o'clock. And I seen the buy setup. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take it and hold it. And sure enough, when you, let's just break down the candle quick so you can see. So right here, we'll mark this. Okay. And again, the entry. So this is 4 1-hour candles within this to make that happen. And we knew 2 1-hour candles were coming down against this trend upwards to now form this 4-hour candle. So this was the mark of it. You had 2 coming down. So about 1, 2, and then you had the bullish engulfing. Price continued up. And then we seen the break of these highs here, which could have gave you another re-entry when price dropped again. So I got in this buy on this candle. And when I bought it up, it was retracing, and I already had my stops at break even because I was thinking, I knew in my right mind that they're going to respect this wick. And when it came back, I was like, let me move my stop out of break even down to this level so that I know even if it spikes, they're still trying to respect something, right? Because again, this was the previous low. This is your high. Your higher low became this right here once this high was formed. And that was because, again, the price didn't close solid at this wick. And that's why we kept going up. So I believe the Real Rise Academy actually was looking for a sell when price was around up here. But I didn't see it as a sell again, because high TF mob, we watch high frames and we roll with that. And again, it's nothing against their signals, but it just shows that when you do piece together your high frames with your low frame, you'll time things a lot better as far as the moves you'll be wanting to get into. So again, no one's looking for perfection here. Like I actually got stopped out of a couple trades earlier this week on GJ actually. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. that just happened. That just happened. That just happened. That's crazy. I thought I was in the, oh, it must have stopped me out. It did. Wow. They stopped me out. Okay. So look, I took this sell like shortly before that, like literally right before this move. And again, I seen the setup coming because the 4-hour was lining up. We had our push down, price was consolidating. And then I actually did get into this, but I got stopped out with this wick. So this just goes to show you, this is the reality of trading. Like this is all raw, this is all live, no edits. And this is how markets can move. So this is why giving your trades room is nice because especially around this 2 o'clock time, volatility picks up because we're crossing over sessions. And ideally, you don't want to be trading during this time. But I seen the setup, and again, I have the experience to know why that setup would have been valid. And sure enough, we can look at how many pips this was. This was a 136, 37 pip move. I'm not upset about missing this because, again, I have some other trades that I'm looking at for later tonight. And this just goes to show why my strategy is so powerful. It's because, again, within the week, you're going to be able to find several different setups by just having the high frames outline. So we can see now, if we go back to our weekly, all that was happening was we had the price come up and test for our beginning of the week, couldn't break the high up here. And now we have price starting to trend downwards. So if I go down to the daily, here it was. This was our breaker structure. So we had our low here. Our high was created up here. This was our higher low, but then our lower high got formed here. And this is why on the 1 hour, I was looking for entries with that consolidation zone. But they took me out with their tail end. They shot it up first and then took me out and went down. So what I'll be doing now is I'm going to, again, use our middle ground 4-hour candle because I know this move's not done, right? Our TP is down here. This move's not done. And if price just so happens to break through this institutional level or this point of interest, I can assume that it's still going to continue selling down to this level because this would be my first area to look at price as the potential to buy again, to continue higher. So again, we know it is 2:30 p.m., 4 o'clock, we're going to get a new 4-hour candle, and I'm not going to deal with that candle. I'm just going to watch that candle. And then around 8 o'clock, I'm going to deal with that because, again, this is an Asia pair and it's probably going to pop off during Asia session. So you got to think 2 more 4-hour candles will open, which means price won't really be going much of anywhere unless some crazy volatility hits further down. So that's that. And that's actually cool to just see live. So this was another one I ended up missing because I got faked out with the sell. I seen this as it was coming down to sell. But again, this goes to show you why we wait for the candle close at our wicks, because it was looking like it was going to close, but it didn't close. And therefore we had the reversal. So I was definitely, I was suspicious of that, but I didn't risk a lot on this sell because I put up like $20 on the account. I didn't put up a lot. And that's just goes to show you that if you're trading, don't always over leverage every trade because you think every trade is going to play out. Over leverage on trades that you have familiarity with. If you're familiar with that setup, boom, go heavier because it's something you have a higher chance on of winning as far as the setup. So AU was a prime example for me up here because I knew we're coming from like the peak lows of our daily, and I knew the 4-hour was forming properly for me to be in there at a heavier amount. And I only wanted a piece of the move. I didn't want the whole thing up because, again, I don't want to wait too long in these setups. I want to be able to compound and close day to day. So again, now we're going to go back down to GU. This is the setup of the Asia session that I will be looking for. This is not the exact setup just yet because, again, there's going to be 2 more 4-hour candles that I want to deal with. And I'm sure the next one's going to open, probably retrace and give me an entry. But I don't deal with the 4 o'clock candle because that's the market open of Asia. And you don't want to deal with the spreads because the spreads will stop you out. So yeah, that's the little update I wanted to do and just show you guys as far as what I'm looking at and the, midweek update. So if you guys, again, are enjoying how I'm looking at charts and want more details and specificity, feel free to follow me through the academy and let me know if you do want me to start doing lives and I can start putting those up. I actually might even designate a day to it, which I might do lives on a Wednesday during Asia session. So that way you guys can kind of see how the middle of the week pans out from our Sunday to the Friday. Because originally what I want to do is post 2 videos a week and do my analysis Sunday and then drop the final review of the week on Friday. But I feel like this is more raw for you guys to see like the things that can happen while you trade so that you can get a better idea of the psychology side of things. And when you may think that, oh, I got this bit of information, I try to use it and it didn't work right, you'll know like, okay, no, that's market behavior. Market behavior can easily stop you out of things and make things seem like it's not going the direction you're expecting. So again, yeah, this was, man, this is a great setup. Again, I'm going to be looking for a reentry on this later. I know it has to pull back. Some people, they'll, put a sell limit, or excuse me, a buy limit. Actually, yeah, sell limit up here where price buys into it and then it just drops down and then they're triggered in the order. But for me, again, I want to wait for a 4-hour candle to time properly, because most candles start with the fake move, then make the real move. And this is why off of our weekly, we were able to anticipate fake moves starting off our Sunday and then get into the real moves coming into these days right now, our midweek reversals. So look at this. This is just starting for a weekly candle. So imagine how many pips before we finally start seeing maybe rejection at this high. And if it breaks this, we know it's coming up here. So it's like, again, it's a puzzle. It's a puzzle. And all these low frames are details to that puzzle. So for me, I see this as a lot of movement to the upside for the rest of the week. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I wanted to keep it a little bit shorter than my other ones because I know I'd be rambling too much, and I want to keep them more concise for you guys. And also, if you do like the mic quality, I did just get a boom mic. So the quality is only going to go up from here for you guys. That's just, I'm trying to bring you guys more quality content as I go. So feedback is very much needed. If you guys like the channel, just give it a like. I know I don't have comments on right now. At some point I will, because again, I need the feedback to be able to figure out what I want to adapt and apply to the channel. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying your day. You guys have a good night. Thank you for coming through. High TF. You know how we come, and we finna come hard this year, yo. I'm telling you. All right. Peace out, yo.